Miles Blockson, and this is Shear Xtremist, and I'm here with Rich Craven. How are you, Rich?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Rich, tell us a little bit about your background and how you got started as a stylist.
I moved to Atlanta in 2014, so I've been here 6 years. Yeah, just over, maybe nearly 7 years, because I moved here in August 2013. But yeah, I've been here that long.
And you mentioned to me too that you were an athlete prior. Is there something that being a barber and being an athlete they have in common for you, or they're just completely different?
Maybe that's why I got into it, because definitely, well, soccer, football, it was all about a lot of the haircuts, a lot of the styles would change, especially in England. So it was all about who had like the freshest fade or the newest style. So that's probably initially what kind of got me into it as well, being involved with sports, especially soccer.
Right. And you said you started when you were about like 16, 17, cutting hair?
Started on like friends, family, teammates. But yeah, that's when I initially started getting into it, really, around that age.
Okay. And what do you like better? Do you like the US or you prefer England more?
I love the US, especially because there's so much more to do here. Some
Really?
clientele. Yeah, definitely. It's a huge country. It's like a continent. So the states are like countries in comparison to Europe. But definitely for the barbering scene, that's kind of why I got into it over here, because there's so many barbers in England. And then when I came here, there's not that many who like specialize in like different styles of hair. So that's why I kind of got into it as well. But I think back in England, I do miss, like, there's a thing called Men's Fire. I don't know if you know them. They're like a really good salon, men's hairdressing, that came from St. Albany, England. So I was like training with them and seeing their stuff, and then trying to bring it back to the US.
So what is that? Expand on that a little bit. What is...
So Men's Fire, they're like a really popular men's barbering salon, and they started in St. Albans in London, England, and they've kind of expanded all over, and they do like education now, where they implement like precision haircutting with the top of your hair, also with fades and stuff like that. And we go to England. We've gone there twice now to train with them and try and bring that style of hairstyle and barbering to the US, which I think is what's helping us be so successful.
So is it completely different, like barbering in England versus the US?
It's not completely different. I just think it's like a lot more precise in England. Like they've kind of taken in like this, they have the top of the hair, like section in the top of the hair, and then concentrating on like the shape of the head and what hairstyle suits that person's face and stuff like that, instead of just like a quick haircut. Just, you know what I mean, just giving everybody the same cut. So I think it's definitely grown over here, but they were one of the first ones in England to try and like start that up, especially for men's.
Any people struggling with like the new rules because of COVID in your shop?
What, the barbers or the
customers and the barbers?
Yeah, I think the barbers were struggling at first to keep kind of like a set schedule, because we're by appointment only, and then because in between each client we had to sanitize all the tools, wash our hands, change the gloves, sanitize the chair, then go outside and get your client. And especially with clients coming in with such long hair that needed completely redoing, it was kind of backing everybody up and people working really long days. But that's eventually died out now, and everyone's kind of got the hang of it. But yeah, that was kind of the main thing for barbers. And then for customers, I think they were just getting used to just having to wait outside, wear masks and stuff like that. But yeah, that was about it, really.
And it's pretty uncomfortable, I think you were saying, in Atlanta anyway, like with the weather. It's like 90 degrees or something.
Yeah, that's why they were annoyed, because it was really humid and 90 degrees outside, and to ask clients to wait outside, especially when they haven't got a car or something like that, it was kind of inconvenient for them. So that was kind of some issues that we had there, but unfortunately we just had to follow with the state guidelines. So it was just something that we just had to do.
Right. And you said that you do something that you guys were doing something pretty interesting during COVID. Instead of like giving just gift cards, you were actually selling t-shirts as well, right?
Yeah, we were selling t-shirts designed by a client who is a really good artist, and he did like some work that says like kind of to support your local businesses during this time. I haven't got the t-shirt on me. I'd love to be able to tell you the slogan, and then people bought these t-shirts, and it was however much they wanted to pay. which kind of would be donated and spread again towards the barbers to kind of keep them afloat during the 5 weeks of lockdown, instead of buying gift cards, because like I said, buying gift cards, it meant that people were kind of cutting hair for free when they came back. So in a way, it kind of helped them in that way, and then they still made money when we started back up again.
What conversations are just off limits in your place of business? Do you have any, or do you just kind of let people just talk about whatever they want to?
Off limits. We don't really say like what's off limits, but I'm guessing if a customer's just out of order and just saying rude and reckless stuff that people obviously aren't liking, then that's when we just tell people like, yeah, that's not gonna fly around here. But other than that, I don't think we've had anything too crazy. But yeah, I think it was just a generalized knowledge of knowing when someone's saying some stupid stuff, really, and just kind of calling them out for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. What's the craziest thing that's ever happened in like one of your establishments?
Craziest thing. Well, a bird actually flew into the shop and we were trying to catch it for about an hour. I remember that. That was just the most recent one that I can remember. But that's probably a crazy thing.
That's crazy. Did you catch it, or I mean, like, what happened?
No, we couldn't. It was like hiding in the top corner. We had to call a guy to come and get it. But then when he was on the way, we opened the back door and one of the barbers just ran it down and it managed to get out. But it was a big bird as well. But yeah, I mean, that's just a minor crazy thing that happened not too long ago. That's what I can remember.
Wow. Any current events right now that, like that's heavy on your mind that you want to discuss? Or are you kind of just...
I'm just kind of going with it. Yeah, especially with the COVID thing. Especially because with England, like I'd love to be able to travel back there and for my family to come here. That's kind of hitting me at the minute, but I think we just got to stick with it, man. I think hopefully next year will be a better year. People will be able to travel more. Hopefully, I don't know. We'll just see, but just taking one day at a time, really. That's my main thing.
Got it. Anything kind of like throwing you off, being that there's like COVID, you're working? Do you have like kids and schedule crazy or anything?
Yeah, he's a bit. I've got a 2-year-old girl. She's actually at daycare, and my wife. But my wife's an esthetician, and so she's working as well. But at the same time, like we do have our worries whether we're going to catch something and bring it back. But we just try to be as clean as possible, like sanitary as possible, and just follow the guidelines. So I don't think it's too much of a worry. But we're just trying to be smart about it, really. That's the main thing.
Absolutely. What changes would you like to see in the industry that you're in?
Changes, really. Changes, definitely. I would definitely. Well, what we do, we spend a lot more time on hair. I think this whole the quick haircut, the in and out, especially for men's barber, I'm hoping that's going to become a change. And men are going to start taking more quality in their hair and booking appointments and stuff like that. And men's grooming, definitely. I'd like to see that go on the rise a little bit.
So you don't think that men take like pride in their hair?
No, they do, definitely, because that's what we do as a shop. Like we spend about 45 minutes on a haircut. We assess like the hair, do the whole consultation, and I think that's why it's like because it's growing over here, especially men are actually like and the shaves and the beard. But I think like shops where it's like a quick haircut, where it's like in and out within like 10 minutes, that's kind of dying out. I feel like that's becoming a change.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, like I said, I'm in Texas, so when I'm at the shop, most guys are in the chair for at least 45 minutes to 50.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I think.
Make sure it's like perfect. And I lived in LA for a little while too, so the same thing. I've never seen like an in and out kind of cut.
So, yeah, I've seen someone. I've like cut people's hair, and I'm like, what did they do? They just like shaved all the way back, and I'm like, where'd you go? And they're like, oh, there's the only one I could find, and I was like, yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, stuff like that is what I would like to see a bit of a change in.
I agree with you. I think that's a big thing. Like men's grooming is essential. Do you have any clients that come to you like weekly, or do most people come to you every 2 weeks, or how does it really work?
Yeah, I've got the clients that come in every week who want like a skin fade every week, especially for the weekend.
Right.
And then I've got the clients who come too, but that's also with COVID, I've seen that kind of stretch out because I would have clients every 2 to 4 weeks, and now they're kind of waiting a little longer to kind of, I feel like, limit their chances of possibly catching something. So they're going like every 6 weeks now. Do you know what I mean? So that's where I've seen a change there.
Okay. Any products that you like recommend or do-it-yourself styles that you recommend for people that can't make it to the shop? Because I know like some people are doing their own hair and they might be messing up, putting color or crazy stuff on it.
Cool. Yeah, definitely don't trim your head with a beard trimmer. That's always what I say, because it never grows back the same. A lot of people are like doing it themselves and using like beard trimmers at home, especially when it was the lockdown. But no, I'd honestly say let it grow out. That's the best thing. Just keep styling it and wait till you can get that haircut. That's what I told a lot of our clients when we were during the lockdown. Yeah, for your hair, we genuinely lose. It's called ADH, and it's ADH dry and ADH wet. And we kind of go by both those products. They're both water-based products. So they go through your hair well, and they do exactly what they say. And they're the best products for me that I've genuinely used both of them on all my clients. But other products like First Hand, they have some good products. Uppercut, we use those too for like a lot of like salt spray and powder, textured powder. And then we also use Crown, which is like for shaves and stuff like that, which is another good product that we sell and use.
Okay. And if anybody wanted to like get in touch with you or, you know, find your establishment, like how do they find that online, or are you guys on social media?
Yeah, we're on Instagram. It's the Commodore ATL, at the Commodore ATL. And then we're also on our website is thecommodoreatl.com. And then when you go on that website, you can kind of click which location you want, and then you can look at all the barbers and see their Instagrams to see their styles, to see which one you would like. But yeah, that's probably the best way of seeing the shop and finding an appointment or anything like that.
Okay. And then what, if any, future products or services are you guys working on at the time?
Right now, we're possibly getting into color, but that's in the future. And then I know we're also hopefully trying to make a educational college, like kind of like that. But that's in the future. That's in the long run. That's just, we'll see what happens.
Okay. And then you said also the third location, right? Possibly that might be on.
Yeah, the third. Yeah, that's more than likely going to be happening and opening around December. And I'll be at that shop, and that one's in Roswell, Georgia, downtown historic district, Roswell. So that one will be opening in December. Yeah.
That's crazy that you guys are flourishing in this time. I mean, that's a blessing because people are definitely stressed. And you're like, I have one location, I have two locations, and now possibly a third. So what do you feel like your biggest is? Is it customer service? Is it like, what is it? What do you think?
I definitely think it's customer service. I think it's also that we're by appointment only. So when someone books an appointment, they know they're getting it at that time with that person, and we're very, very, very tight on what we do. And we're attention to detail is massive. Like, we do continued education every year. Most of our barbers will travel. Like, we went to LA to train, went to Amsterdam, went to England to train with all different styles and all different barbers to try and bring that in. And I think that's going noticed. And then also the growth of population within the Atlanta region is helping as well, because there's more people need more haircuts. So I think that's what's helping as well, mainly with us being able to open this shop.
Right. And it's like you guys are worldwide. Like, you're taking tips and tricks from everywhere instead of just like taking education in the US. And I think a lot of people just kind of stay here with the education, but because you're learning from different places, it kind of seems like you guys have a hand on everything that's going on, not just what's popular here, but what's popular everywhere.
Yeah, definitely. That's what we try to do, just to try and get education in every aspect, so that anything that we're in front of, we can cut anybody's hair. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So that's something that we'd like to pride ourselves on.
Nice. So, Rich, are you into music at all?
Yeah, mainly just the radio when I'm in the shop. But that's about it.
Okay, so we're gonna play a little game. This is the Shear Xtremist sing along. I'm gonna see if you can finish the lyrics.
Do I have to sing?
No, well, I'm not a really good singer, so I'm gonna try to like do the first part of the song, and if you could tell me what the following lyric is, and if you can't, that's okay. Okay. Just for fun, right? All right. So, with so much drama in the LBC, it's kind of hard being who?
Snoop D-O-double-G.
Oh, perfect.
I got that one.
You got that one. All right, packing the mail, it's gone. You know
I
that?
don't know that one.
She
What
loves
is it?
how packing the mail is gone. She loves how I smell
Oh,
the
is it
baby.
Migos?
No, it's the baby. You were close though.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you know that one. You know that one. Okay, so how about this one? Billie Jean is not my lover. Billie Jean is not my lover.
What, the Michael Jackson?
Yes, but what's the next
Yeah.
line? Do you know the next line?
Oh no, I don't know it.
It's okay. That's what this is all about. That's okay.
Yeah.
She's just a girl that thinks I'm the one. That's the next lyric.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you were. I mean, you did pretty good. I think. I mean, like
Yeah, 1.5, 1.5.
1.5, 1.5. Is there anything
1.5 out of 3.
there you go. Is there anything you want to leave the people with, the listeners, about like these times or
Yeah, just stay positive, stay consistent, and just believe that these tough times will get better. I think we're kind of hopefully through the worst of it, and we're hopefully going to get back to normal starting maybe towards the end of this year and next year, but just stay as positive as possible. That's all we can do, really.
Okay, so this was Shear Xtremist with Rich. Thank you, Rich.
Thank you. Appreciate you having me on. Thank you.
Anytime.
Bye-bye.
Bye.